I'm gonna show you how I comp a real estate property, how I see if the price is a good deal or a bad deal, and what I should offer. And I'm not just gonna do some theoretical video like most of these YouTubers. I just put an offer in on this property a few minutes ago. And what did I pay for it? What did I pay for this $445,000 property? Well, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you how I got to that number. You ready? This is going to be so simple. All of you can do this. It's with free software and it's with free brain power. All you need to do is just first look at the property. Okay, so we have a $445,000 house in Canyon Lake, Texas. This is between Austin and like San Antonio area, all right? And it's near a lake. So this is a lake house. This is not on the lake, but it's a lake house. So just get an idea of what type of property you're dealing with. Put all this information in your brain. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,600 square feet. It's not big. Okay, we're starting to get it. How much land is it on? Okay, this one's on 0.9 acres. That's a big chunk of land. So we got to put that in the back of our mind too. All right, built in 1983. We get the information. The information is now stored in our brain. Let's look at the house. Okay, the house looks good. Does it look amazing? Does it look like a brand new flip turnkey Airbnb? No, but it's still a turnkey house. Like I could rent this as a long-term rental. I consider this a long-term rental type of updated house. I could easily rent this as a long-term rental. I don't need to come in and do any work. It looks good enough. But if I wanted to flip this house or I wanted to do like an Airbnb, I don't think it's nice enough. So I get it's like middle tier, right? And this style, get an idea of the style. The style is log cabin grandpa, right? Good. Now we have an idea of the house. Okay. We know all the information. It's in the back of our brain. So what are we going to do now? Look to see where the house is. Okay. So the house, this is Canyon Lake. And like I said, here's Austin, here's San Antonio. So a little smack in the middle next to San Marcos. And we're going to want to look for properties around this area. So usually you want to do within a couple few mile radius, but this situation is a little bit different because probably all of these houses around the lake would be viable comps, comparables, right? But usually you want to look in a few mile radius. So we're going to try to stick around here, but if we find some houses around this lake that could also work, we'll use those as comps. So open up Zillow or realtor.com or Redfin, any other websites you like to use. Let's go to for sale. We're going to start with for sale first. We want to look for properties that are on the market. You also want to look at sold, but we'll do that in a second. Let's look at for sale, and then you could niche these down to see like the right bedroom and bathroom and size. But I just start to just sort of click around and just get a feel for what's around here. Okay, so this house is located nearby, and I chose this one because it's about the same price, right? They're asking 445. This house is 420, but this one's a little bit bigger. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. But look, the square feet is 2,400 square feet. It's an extra almost 1,000 square feet more. So this house should be worth more money, right? Well, let's look at the condition. It's on about the same size lot, a little bit smaller, but it's much nicer. They have a nice gated fence. They have a lot more things going on. Like this is such a nicer house. I can already see it. There's a nice lawn, nice yard. The inside is beautiful. It's the same aesthetic. That's why I chose this house, because it's the same type of log cabin feel. If you can find houses that are the same feels, do those. Those are better comps. So if you have a brand new flip type home that's all gray, try to find another flip type home, right? Try to find homes that are similar. This one is similar. To me, this is a lot nicer. It's a lot nicer. It's a lot bigger. So this house should be worth significantly more, but it's being listed at less than the other house. So immediately in my head, I'm like, yo, what the heck? This house that I'm looking at is way overvalued, right? So I would put this in the back of my head or write it down and just say, hey, there's a house that's like 1,000 square feet bigger, much nicer, from the exact same era, same type of house, but it's less money and it still hasn't sold. This is not like it's sold, it's still on the market. Like, let's look at this. Go through the history of homes. It was listed like 4 months ago for $500,000 and they can't get that. So they're lowering the price, lowering the price, lowering the price, and still there's no buyers at 420. So this house is not even worth 420. Maybe it's worth 400, maybe it's worth 380, maybe it's worth 350. I don't know, but it sure ain't worth 420. And the other house sure ain't worth 445, right? So let's get some more examples. And the more examples you get, you write those down and you send them to the seller. You send them to the realtor. You're like, yo, I'm sorry, you're out of your mind. Look at the comparables. Your price is not justified. So this is the price I'm going to give you based off of the comparables. Makes sense? Let's look at another property. By the way, this is me before I even drink coffee. So Imagine me on coffee. It's a whole nightmare. Okay, here's a really pretty house. I love this house. I love that style, that more of like Victorian craftsman, early like 1900s style. Now, this is a new house, obviously. This one was built in, I don't know, when was this one built? 2009, but I love that style. Oh, it's so pretty. I grew up in a house like that. So this house is pending. That's good. Now that's like, yo, there's someone interested at this price. This house is pending. It's on 1.65 acres. Beautiful land. Look how beautiful these live oak trees are. I think those are live oaks. Like this is an extra acre than the other property I'm looking at, and the land is much prettier and more refined. So already, ding, ding, ding in my head, like this should be worth a lot more. Now, yes, the house is a little bit smaller. It's 1,200 square feet, and the house we were looking at is closer to 1,600. So I'll give that to the other property. But still, let's look inside. Whoa, this house is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like this house is pretty much brand new. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. To me, this house is worth a lot more than the house we're looking at, right? It's on a better piece of land. It's a better house. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller, but all around, like, look at this. That's so cool. I feel like I'm in the country. Look at this. Look at this. I love this. That's so awesome. It's like Old West. And there's extra buildings on the property. What? Yeah, there's extra buildings on the property. Whoa. What an awesome property. It comes with two extra little homes on the property, two extra tiny homes. So if you add up the square footage, I bet you it's probably the same as the other property. And it comes with three buildings. I mean, what an awesome Airbnb potential. Look at this guest house. Damn. This thing is awesome. Okay, this house is worth a lot more than the other one we're looking at, right? So after I look at a few properties like this, I write them all down or I just keep them in my head. I usually just keep the information in my brain. Now I want to look at properties that were for sale. Now in Texas, it's a little bit different because we're a non-disclosure state, so we won't say the price that something sold. I can get that information as a realtor, but you can't. But in most states, you can get the price of something that's sold. So let's look at a couple homes that sold, or at least one good home that sold. Again, the same aesthetic, the same vibe in the same area. If you're finding this video epic, okay, maybe not epic, but just interesting, leave a comment and say hi to me. I will answer all the comments. I'll say hi to you. We can talk business. I'm here to help you. And if you are scared to leave a comment, just subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Subscribe. Okay, check out this house. Wow, this one's cool. So this pretty much the same square footage, 1770, so a little bit bigger. It's on almost 3 acres. It's on an extra 2 acres in the property we were looking at, and it's sold somewhere between 420 to 480. So it sold for exactly pretty much this property, except it's on 2 more acres. It's a bigger house and it's beautiful inside. Check this out. Yo, this house is much nicer. I'd move in here right now. That's so cute. I love it. Again, the same style with a lot of wood, the southwestern feel. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but you see what I'm saying, right? Look, oh, that's a nice bathtub. That's a nice bathtub. My girlfriend would love that bathtub. This is cool. And look how beautiful this land is. It's fenced. Look, there's a barn back there. All of this stuff adds value. And the property's already been like the trees have been cut. It's been like landscaped. It's nice. This is great. So if this is worth 450-ish because it's sold for around that number, how in the world can you tell me this is worth 450? Off of the numbers that I'm thinking, this is worth probably nowhere near that. The sellers are out of their mind. They're out of their mind. As you can see here, realtor.com gives the estimate at 381,000, but when you're looking at homes with little liquidity, and I mean homes with little bit of purchases and sales in the area, if this was downtown Dallas or in a very metropolitan area, the estimate would be more accurate. But this estimate's going to be whack because they don't have a lot of data to go off of. I think 381 is still too high. So the sellers want 445. Redfin's telling me, realtor.com, whatever the hell it is telling me 381. Man, I really think this house is worth probably closer to 300,000. Now, how would you get the exact $300,000 number? Well, you will just continue to look at comparables. Just keep looking at properties. Now look for homes that are around 300,000, 310,000, 320,000, 350,000, and see if you can find some that are similar. But when you're in this business long enough and you start to know areas, you just get a good gut feeling. So my tip to you is The more you do this, the more just go off of your gut feeling. I really feel like this house is more closer to the low threes. So if I was putting a cash offer in, I'd probably do, 280. 290. I don't know, a lowball cash offer, and I'll see if I can get it. Then I try to assign it for 310, 320, right? Make a little bit of a spread. Is this a science? No. Part of it is research and getting ideas, but the rest is just a gut feeling. And the more you do this, I look at deals all the time, every day. It's all I do. You just sort of know. Like if you want me to back up my claim, I'm just guessing it's worth around three. But like this property is $345,000. It's in the same area. It's actually in a better lot because it's closer to the water. It's a small lot, very, very small lot. So you don't get the same acreage as you do with the other property, but it's $100,000 less and it's brand new. It's literally brand new. It's the exact same size. So would someone rather have a brand new property? Yes. So again, I feel like that other property is closer to the 300 range. I don't even think it's worth what this one's worth. Yeah, it's on a little bit more land, but it for sure ain't a brand new property. This thing's beautiful. And that's all you do, everyone. You just keep comping and you get an idea. Now, there's other ways to comp too. This is just basic comparables, but you can also look at like income and multiples and just see how much the property makes. So another thing you can do is be like, hey, what would this rent for? And the property that we are looking at, I don't know, which one was it? I think it was this property, right? This one, I think based off of the numbers, and you do the same thing. You look at rentals in the area and you compare. I think this one's probably like $1,700 a month, $1,800 a month. Then I look to see what the taxes and insurance are. And if I'm getting a loan and I add up all those numbers, I want to see if I'm cash flowing. And based off of those numbers, I can also come up with an offer. But if you want to learn more about the math, like watch some of my other videos. So what did I end up offering on this property? What do you think? Like 280, 290, maybe 300,000 if I'm feeling generous? I actually offered 400,000. Yeah, yeah. I put a $400,000 offer in this property, but I did it with seller financing. I called the sellers. I think I have another video on this channel on this property exactly. And I'm trying to negotiate principal only seller financing with a very low down payment. So 0% seller financing. If I can get it, I'd rather pay $100,000 more for a house if I can get a super low interest rate, a 0% interest rate, and an extremely low down payment. So I can go up on the price if I get really good terms, right? It's all a scale. But yeah, this property ain't worth 445, but to me, it's worth $400,000 with very low interest and very low down payment. So I hope this video helped you guys how to comp a property. If you want me to do more of these, I mean, this is literally all I do all day long. So I can just show you, I'll freaking live stream these and just show you how I comp properties. After a while, y'all are gonna get so good at it. It's it's just something you gotta just keep doing. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Y'all are gonna become pro compers. I'll see you in the next video. Love you all. Subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.